Right, hello everyone and welcome to Oulton Park Circuit. We are here in England for the Sim Motion Formula Ford 1600 Rookie Championship race. This is week 9 out of 12, so we are coming into the final quarter of the season, which is season 1 of 2025. I am Hibblejaybob, and what I am doing here is some commentary practice, something that I have been encouraged to do by one of my viewers over on Twitch. This isn't live streamed anywhere. This will maybe get uploaded for a portfolio, but this is mostly just to kind of build my skills and experiences with trying to do live race commentary. As you can probably hear, we do have a number of cars on track for qualifying. This is going to be a 12-minute lap of Oulton Park, so we're expecting 6, maybe 7 laps depending on the speed. The strength of field is 1,293. It's a bit of a cloudy day here in England, which is, you know, quite often the case, but it is thankfully dry with a temperature of 19 degrees. We are using the full circuit layout, the international circuit layout, which means we take Island Bend as opposed to doing a U-turn at the Island Bend all the way to the Shell Oils corner and then round to the Britain's chicane. We are currently, just trying to work it out just now, so we are currently 3 minutes into the qualifying session, which means our drivers are going to be coming to the end of their outlap and coming to their first of 2 timed laps for the qualifying here today. Looks like we have a relatively even split of drivers, actually, with 5 rookie rated drivers, 5 D-class drivers, and 1 with a C-class license here today. As I said, the strength of field is 1,289 in this here rookie championship, so we will see how the day goes on. I'm just looking to see, so my screen doesn't really give me a sector count. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that car number 6, who seems to be having some blinking issues. No, actually, they're having quite a lot of blinking issues. They are possibly going to be the first to come and put a timed lap. Oh no, that was their out lap. I have just seen. Oh no, my timing screen was a bit of a problem. So this so the number 6 car of Devapa is the first car to set a qualifying time of a 1:47.4. I'd previously done some racing on Formula V's here, and it's looking like a 2-minute lap time for those. The Formula Fords are more powerful, capable of higher speeds, but like the Formula V's, they lack aerodynamics on their nose cone, and there is no rear wing either. So you've basically got your engine and your tires. That's it. Trevor Ziefer, I thought there was an L in there, has now taken the pole position with a 1:46.9, and Sturgeon in the number 9 car has taken P3 with a 1:47.6. So we are now starting to see the cars take their first of 2 timed laps. I think Devapa and the number 6 car is going to forego doing a second lap, it seems. I'm not too sure how that is going to go. Let's go for Ziefer in his fast lap. So this is his second time lap. He is currently coming out of Knickerbrook up towards the Clay Hill. In terms of time, I'm trying to see if I can see his splits. I cannot see his split, so we're going to have to wait until he crosses the timing line to work out if he has bested his lap. The thing about Oulton Park Circuit is that white line is quite tricksy, and if you go 1 full wheel over that white line, your lap will not count. So it is not uncommon, particularly in the Rookie Championship, to see people that do not actually set any qualifying times, because you only get 2 laps to do so. So Zephyr crosses the line with a 1:47.0, which is no improvement on his 1:46.9, and his top spot has been bested by Juliet Brody with a 1:46.1, so 0.8 seconds faster than Zephyr's best time. And we're just waiting to see if any other drivers will set some laps. It looks like next to cross the finish line is going to be the number 10 of Angle, who does also seem to be having some connection issues with lots of blinking. They're coming into Lodge Corner and just about to finish their lap. And it looks like neither of their 2 laps have counted. Oh no, sorry, their first lap counted, which was 1:47.6. So I think of our 10 runners today, it does, I think we've got 11 runners actually. Let me just sense check that one. Yes, there's 10 runners in this one. So we still have 3 that have yet to set a lap time, but there is, I'm trying to see if anyone is still circulating. The number 5 car has yet to set a lap time. And no, okay, so we only have... Oh, apparently there is 11. My screen is lying to me. So of the 11 runners, only 7 of them were able to set lap times, but it is now time to grid up and get ready to start this race. So we have the number 8 car of Juliet Brody on pole position, with the rest of the cars now going to grid up behind them. So with that in mind, I'm just going to turn off the race control message. The one thing about doing the spectating in this way is that we don't do... there is no way to kind of put on screen about the official status of the start line. So I'm kind of having to do this kind of manually. So I do hope you enjoy the graphics that you have on the screen here. So with less than a minute to go, we are just waiting on... Okay, we've got the start lights on. We have 2 people that are going to be a pit lane start. The green flag flies. And it is a bit of a chaotic start, but everyone gets away neatly. I think we're probably going to end up having 2 pit lane starters. We've got the number 6 car running very wide, but thankfully does rejoin safely. For the back here, the number 9 car is attempting to pass number 10. They are side by side as they come into the hairpin. But he does get the move done before we get to that point. So that is a successful move for 3rd position. And we do have a car running very wide. That was the number 4 car of Zephyr, who unfortunately loses his second place qualifying spot by running very wide. I think he just dipped a wheel on the grass. Speaking of running a wheel on the grass, number 6 with one wheel in the grass ends up side by side with the number 11 as they come into Hislops and Knickerbrook. But what was shaping up to possibly be a little bit of a side by side fight, number 11 car pulls away quite neatly. Oh, The number 10 car has just put a wheel into the grass, which may give the number 7 a chance to get past. He's thinking about trying to go side by side, but the number 10 does shut that door. Now it's the 7's turn to run wide, allowing the number 5 to get past on the inside. And unfortunately, connection issues are beguiling some of the drivers. So now that we have the first, got some side-to-side contact there with a little bit of connection and net code issues. Hopefully that doesn't count towards any of the drivers. But at the end of lap number 1, the number 8 car of Juliet Brody has a nearly 2 seconds lead over the number 9 of Avery Sturgeon. And the biggest battle seems to be further back, with this pack of 5 cars all kind of jostling for position. A little bit of a lock up from the number 7, and the number 11 runs slightly wide. We'll stick with this group because we're coming into quite challenging sections with some good overtaking opportunities. We're coming into the Britain's chicane, and all cars navigate that one quite well. The pack is at risk of splitting up into a 2 and a 3. Let's see if this little complex changes things. And it doesn't seem like that is the case. Everyone gets through it in a pretty neat order, and we do have a spinner in the back. The green car of number 2. So the group of 5 has now spread out a little bit. We are a group of... not really much of a group at all, actually. They are starting to string themselves out a little bit, while the number 8 continues the dominant lead of this race, with now coming on a 3-second gap. Oh, and we have a little spinner there. Thankfully, rejoins safely, although does cut in front of the car there. Let's see what happened. This is not it, so let's go back there. Number 11 runs really wide, trying to give whatever advantage that he can on the number 7 car. And now we have a little bit of a group forming again. So we have 3 cars, the 10, the 7 and the 11, that are all jostling for 4th place of this race. We are starting to come up to the complexes. So we've got the hairpin, the chicane, and then the Hislops and Knickerbrook corners, which will hopefully open up some overtaking opportunities for these drivers. Let's see what it is that we deal with. So no winners or losers coming through Britain's, but as we come over the hilltop and towards the next little complex here, again, everyone seems to be holding their order quite well. No winners, no losers. And it continues. So we now come into the final kind of third of the race, the racetrack, which is fairly high speed open corners, which only really prevents an overtaking opportunity if you have a good run on the car behind, or alternatively, one of the drivers makes a mistake. Over at the lead of this race, Juliet Brody has possibly made a little mistake somewhere, because her 3-second lead has been erased to just 1 second from Avery Sturgeon, who is now just 1 second behind. And it is going to be down to Brody to see if they can extend that gap once again, which they were almost doing until they had a little bit of a run wide on the entry into the hairpin. Meanwhile, further back in the order, this group of 3 has reformed itself once again, and they too are now coming into the Britain's chicane. Can any of them make any moves? The number 11 of Tarlay is right on the rear gearbox. It's not even a bumper of the number 7. He tries to go down the inside but can't make it work. Has to drop right back as they exit the Knickerbrooks corner. And the number 7 car may have a run on the number 10. And it's the 7's turn to now be right on the gearbox of another car. It does fall back a little bit. Towards the lead of this race, Brody is now in danger. The lead has been erased and the number 9 car is now within half a second as they come over the line to start lap number 5 with less than 5 minutes on the clock. So it's a 7-lap race or 5 minutes, whatever. Well, 4 minutes 30, whatever comes first. And this is shaping up to be quite the battle. The number 9 car is now within 0.4 seconds of the leader of this race. Going to be putting a lot of pressure on Brody in the number 8 car. Oh, and the pressure is showing with the number 8 car dipping not 1 but 2 wheels on the grass and the driver's left. So obviously spending more time looking in the rearview mirror than concentrating on setting great laps. We know that Brody is fast. They set pole position and in the grass again. If they're not careful, do that in the wrong opportunity, that is going to lose them track position, because that will unsettle the car. And the number 9 gets a good run. They jink towards the inside, almost run into the grass themselves. They're taking the outside of the corner. And for the lead of this race, the number 9 car has secured it. So with just 3 minutes of racing and 2 more laps to go after this, it's going to be down to Avery Sturgeon to hold on to the lead of this race. Coming down the start-finish straight, race control gives the confirmation it is going to be 2 laps to go. And we have a new race leader. The number 8 car goes very, very wide. They are definitely going to pick up an incident penalty for that one. Running very wide. But they do get the inside line. They've taken the penalty, but the pressure has worked. They have pressured the number 9 into running wide. And Brody has once again taken the lead of this race with a fairly dominant margin. It took Sturgeon, 5 laps to close down Brody's lead and effect the pass. We are back to over a 1 second gap to the leader. The question is going to be, is Brody going to make a mistake? Or is the pressure going to prove too much for the number 9 of Avery Sturgeon? Further back, we do have a multi-car little gaggle going on. The 7, the 11, and the number 4 still together. Not sure what happened to the number 10. I think at some point there's been an incident because the number 1 car is in the pit lane for... they've been in the pit lane for nearly 3 minutes now, so I'm not sure if they will come out before the end of this race. So now as this little group of 3 has kind of strung itself out on approach to the last lap board, which is now being displayed. So in iRacing terms, the white flag is what in the UK we would consider the last lap board. So taking stock of this race, Juliet Brody in the number 8 car has regained control of this race, has lost it briefly but was able to exert pressure on the number 2 car of Avery Sturgeon to swap that place back. Sturgeon is now 3 seconds adrift of the the number 8 car in the lead, which means unless Brody makes a mistake, it's going to be very, very unlikely for Sturgeon to catch up. The number 5 car is in a comfortable 3rd place, with the number 7 car of Morin about 5 seconds adrift. There is a little battle forming actually between the number 7 and the number 4. This is for the 4th place of this race. This could still come to a head. And if either of these drivers make a mistake, the number 11 of Shane Turley, who's sitting behind them, may be able to creep up and win the 4th place from the other. The 7 and the 4 are now side by side. The exit from Knickerbrook has not done justice for the number 7, but the number 4 car has got a good run out and now takes that place. And for the final time, they are going to come into the start-finish straight. The number 7 has dropped back once more. It is going to be a race to the line to see if the number 11 car can take 5th place. They actually touch. Now I'm going to have to check the scoreboard there to see what happened in terms of numbers. Yes, the 11 did take 5th place from the number 7 car. There was a little bit of contact there. If we... oh, that's all I wanted to do. If we go back to... Here we go. So yeah, coming into this final corner, they come out onto the start-finish straight, and the number 11 runs it slightly wide, so there is a little bit of contact there, but the 11... right at the finish line does take 5th place. So the finishing order as the cars come to a stop is the number 8 car of Juliet Brody takes the win from the number 9 of Avery Sturgeon. The number 5 car of Virginia de Montigny, I'm probably butchering that one, it takes the final spot on the podium, with Trevor Ziefer, who did have that spin on the opening lap, taking 4th place. Torley in the number 11 car takes 5th, with Monin in 6th. Angle in the number 10 car takes 7th, with Hornbeck and Devapa the last of the runners, with the number 1 car and the number 3 cars both unfortunately not finishing the race, with 4 laps down, and the number 3 car was 8 laps down. So that concludes this round of the Formula Ford 1600 Championship here at Oulton Park. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.